So we need to talk about what leadership needs to understand. So this one's coming right at you, leaders, because the behavioral science is really consistent on one thing. The most powerful signal people receive about whether it's safe to embrace a change is what they see their leaders actually doing, not what the leaders say, what they do. If the message from leadership is everyone's going to use Copilot, but employees never see their manager or director actually using it, never hear them talk about it, never hear them mention a specific thing it helped with, the real message that lands is, this is important enough to announce, but not important enough to actually do. Now that quietly gives everyone else the permission to do the exact same. Leaders don't have to be the experts. They don't need to be the most advanced Copilot user in the building. What they need to do is show up as someone who's actually trying it, who mentions it in the conversation, who shares when something worked well, and even when something didn't work well in the way they didn't expect. That kind of honest modeling does more for adoption than any training session. Leaders also need to create that space for the questions that people are afraid to ask out loud. What does this mean for my job? Am I going to need different skills? Is this going to change my role? Those questions are alive in your organization right now, whether or not anyone's saying them in the meetings. The leaders who get ahead of those questions, who address them directly, honestly, and with genuine respect for the concern behind them, they build the kind of trust that makes change actually possible. And one more thing about leadership and AI. The change takes longer than a launch timeline suggests. Research on habit formation is pretty consistent that it takes weeks of regular practice to start feeling comfortable with something new, and months before it truly feels automatic. An AI rollout isn't done when the licensors are assigned and the training is complete. It's done when people are actually working differently, planning for that longer timeline with follow-up support, with ongoing reinforcement, with sustained leadership attention. That's what actually separates the 14% who are actually succeeding at this from everyone else. All right, when people resist AI, it's not because they're difficult or behind the times or afraid of progress. It's because their brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, protecting those familiar habits, weighing those potential losses, and being cautious about something new. Understanding that doesn't mean we accept the resistance and do nothing. It means we design the change process in a way that actually accounts for how people work, instead of just deploying a tool and wondering why the behavior didn't follow. The framework is actually pretty simple when you strip away the jargon. Help people understand why the change is happening, connect it to something they personally care about, teach them in practical, real-world terms, not abstract demonstrations. Give them room to get good at it without feeling watched, and then keep reinforcing it, because one training event is not a habit. Here's one thing for you to try this week. Think about someone in your organization who you know is struggling with AI, not someone who's openly pushing back, just someone who's just quietly not using it. Have a conversation with them. Ask them what feels hard about it, not to fix on the spot, just to understand it, because the science is consistent that people move through a change faster when they feel heard than when they feel pushed. Now, if you want to go deeper on what it actually looks like to build a daily AI practice, not just know the features, but actually work differently, the Copilot Workday, that's available on Amazon. If your organization is working through a broader AI strategy or rollout and needs help thinking through the people side of it, honestly, that's what I do at AuditSolve. I'm doing it right now for a couple people. So everything is at beyondthefuture.com.